Gonna.
Let me tell you something. I say it every single day. We could spend the entire hour just dancing. So someone must stop us. Just say, We're back. This is Trending SA on SABC3.
Gonna.
Online, we're on TrendingSA.tv. Thank you for all of your tweets. Facebook and Instagram posts.
Can you stop
we
liking
love
us?
receiving them. Too far. Okay. Can I get into our legendary guest tonight?
Yes.
All right, so, you know, on a TBT show, we love to look at people who have had thriving careers, who've really made the platform what it is for the rest of us to follow. So this is a woman, a legend, who started her career performing on children's shows. And now this multi-talented woman is an award-winning actress, host, producer, director, and businesswoman. She is a storyteller and an advocate for women's rights. She is passionate and unstoppable. Please, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome the impeccable Miss Florence Masebe.
Wow. She's not giving me a hug. Hello, am I coming? Oh, hello, darling. Hello, darling. Hello, darling.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you.
I think as you walk through, we all are very struck by the image that you have. Like, you just are so beautiful and so radiant. So
Regal.
we appreciate, regal is the right word. We appreciate you being here with us tonight. All right, so you studied the acting and the theater and all of this, right? The performance. And you've been in shows from Generations to Mabango to Soul City. With this kind of body of work and with your experience, do you still get nervous when you get a new script or when you're on stage or on set in front of the camera at all?
Absolutely. The day I stop getting nervous, I should stop doing what I do.
Yeah?
You have to be bothered with, am I going to nail this? And the most important part on acting roles is, am I going to present a different woman than the one I played before? Because if I stop being nervous and stop being bothered, I'm going to be one character for the rest of my career. We'll just change the logo of the show.
Wow. Do you have a favorite character that you've ever played? A favorite?
I don't know if I have a favorite character. I love every character I play. But the most memorable ever will be Ererwani. It was the first time I got to headline a film, and it had a very big connection to who I am as a person. And I got to do an entirely new thing, a historical film, the first ever Chivenda feature film. And, you know, it brought me good awards.
Good for you.
So, last year, you released your book, The Heart Knows, which is a story of your own grief. Are there lessons that you've learnt in your grieving process?
I wouldn't say there are lessons. It makes it sound like I can now become some kind of expert on grief. I think what I've learned is that everybody's journey will probably be their own, and there are no rules about grieving. There are no deadlines and timelines, and that people really should be given the space to even wallow in it when they need to.
I think that's such a powerful thing, because I think so often we are expected to snap back, you know?
You know, one of the biggest annoyances, and I would take it and just be quiet, would be you post a picture or somebody sees it, oh, you're smiling, it's so good to see you smile again. So people are relieved to see you smile because it means, oh, thank goodness she's over that. Now we don't have to be uncomfortable around her. Let grieving people grieve.
So, Lala, you're very passionate about the arts and you're very passionate about your culture, the Trivenda culture. We were at varsity together. We were at UCT in like shorts. You weren't dressed like this. Why are you dressed like this in 2018?
You remember at UCT, actually, what I used to do every other week when all of you became too much for me.
Thank you.
I would put on like my full Chivenda garb and go to class barefoot in my mingwenda. I think people looked at me funny and probably thought it was like some spiritual calling or something.
Brilliant, Lala. Why is it so important to you?
It's very important because there's been a systematic eroding and a horrible removal of who we are from ourselves in the name of all sorts of things, including religion, that Black people do not value those things that are theirs. And heritage for me is important. And when I realize that if I leave it behind, the young ones who look up to me because I'm the one from the village but who's on television will think to be cool, it means we have to look down upon everything culture. I can't afford to be an advocate for that.
Absolutely. So talking about heritage and culture, another one of the cultures that we have in South Africa are the Ndebele people. And there's a new show that you're on, a series that's coming very soon, Ikani. Tell us more about that.
Ikani is a really beautiful project that I was fortunate enough to be invited to be part of. It is the first ever Isindebele drama on SABC. And it's a beautiful...
In that is a moment to pause for many reasons. But yes.
Yeah,
yes.
For many beautiful and very unfortunate background reasons, because we cannot actually be celebrating the fact that so many years after democracy, Amandebele get to see their culture, their language being represented in a drama for the very first time.
Only in 2018.
Like only in 2018. Benipi, SABC, as a belief toch man.
But you had a lot to do with that, didn't you?
You know, I didn't have a lot to do with this particular one, but I'm a language advocate, and indigenous languages matter for me. We reached a point somewhere, even in this industry, where the performers who were not so good in English didn't get booked because you had to arrive with the twang and the accent. So Salasha language advisors the Xhosa, Salasha language advisors Setswana, Sesotho. Now we just mix it. And we don't really care what you're speaking. In J, it's, you know, Yongis from Yondis. We don't know. Sisxhosa, ke Zulu. Ubua se guy, ra kopa kopanya, bua mengelmus. And we need to give our languages a lot more respect than what we do in the broadcasting field.
I mean, to that point, there's 11 official languages, but there's 36 languages spoken in South Africa, you know, if you go into all the different spaces, and those heritages need to be respected.
Listen, I would take even further. Exactly. I come from Limpopo, so you've got, you know...
Setokwa.
You've got Batokwa, Baba, and Une Kilobedu Ka, Kosimujaji. And then, yes, there are dialects, but the Kilobedu is not a dialect. It's a language on its own, because you can't say Queen Mujaji's language is a dialect.
No.
Right. It's her own language. Right. So Kilobedu is a language, but that's another battle for another year. It must be recognized as a language. I don't
100%.
think Balobedu are speaking anybody else's dialect. It's their language.
Look, let's talk about Me Too. You've been an advocate for that, very fierce advocate of the Me Too movement within our entertainment industry. You've been in this industry for over 20 years. How do you see a vision for safe spaces for women and children in this industry?
You add children and it really bothers me because the women are not even safe. So buzake uba abantwana bapi. It's really, really terrible. So we are in an industry where people have been allowed to thrive as known pests for the very longest of time. And we joke about it. And we think it's cool. We watch a particular show, we go, how did she make it? How did they? Oh, they're all pretty, but they can't act. Casting couch. No, it's not funny. It is not funny. And how have we allowed it to become so acceptable that I have a problem even with the term casting couch, because it's not a comfortable space. It's a place where rape. Men have used their power to say, I will have my way with your body because I can see how desperate you are to make it in this industry. And I am telling you that I hold the key, and that key is you letting go and giving your body up to me. And we've allowed it.
So your passion for artist rights, that's another fight that you're having today. Written to Parliament, tell us more about that.
So, you know, there's this bill that I've been fighting for, because the current version is called the Performers Protection Act of 1967.
Wow.
In 1967, that law is so small. If you read it, I think it's 2 pages. And the other page is really just the glossary. It talks about the gramophone. It talks about the artist being somebody who records.
As mentioned, the Ipintombi stuff cast.
Listen, it is just so bad. In fact, according to that act, they don't know you and I exist sitting here because it was made before South Africa had television.
Sure.
So we need to get serious about things like that and make sure that it comes through and gets up to date and protects the rights of artists. I speak for the people that came before me. Bo Mama Gloria Modau, Bo Ken Gampu, Bo Rain Tlokwana. All of them who we watched on television, and right now we're watching their work in retrospect. And because there is no performance protection, they are not being paid what should be due to them if we were in a country where the laws recognized that past works must be rewarded for performance.
You've educated us, you've inspired us. Thank you very much for the work that you do. Please keep thriving, keep being the wonderful space that you are in the entertainment industry. Thank you.
Thank you.
Florence Masebe, everybody. We'll be right back.